The compensation and pension examination is a critical component of every veteran's disability claim. It can literally be the tipping point between an approval or denial by the VA. But before we get into a deep dive on the C&P exam, I want to make sure we're in the right mindset. I'm a big advocate of words mean things. The C&P examination is just that, an examination. It is not the C&P test. A test is something you go into, it's administered on a pass or fail basis, and then you go home and wait for the results. The C&P examination is a medical evaluation. Just like with your doctor, it's a two-way dialogue, and you must be prepared to participate. So welcome back. My name is Mike. I'm a 28-year Army veteran, but also served as a County Veteran Service Officer for several years. So today I would like to present part one of a three-part series on the C&P exam. So today we'll go over phase one, what I call shaping or preparing for the exam. The next video will go over the actual execution of the C&P exam, and followed by part three, that will be the follow-up, where we will document, analyze, and then act as required. Note, as before, this is not legal advice. It's just me sharing my knowledge and experience as a County Veteran Service Officer. So let's get started. So first, let's talk about the basics of the C&P exam, what it is, what it isn't, and some other points. First, what it is. The C&P exam is a medical evaluation ordered by the VA to evaluate, assess, and make opinions on your actual condition that you actually claimed. What it is not a medical treatment. It's not your personal doctor where you're going in to discuss an actual treatment plan. These examiners, which are either from the VA themselves or they're contracted through the VA, have three main functions during the C&P exam. One, they're there to validate the validity of your actual diagnosis of your actual condition, your disability. Second, which is very important, they're there to actually measure the severity of your actual disability. As we said before, there are about 1,000 different conditions in the VA system which you can make a claim for. Each one of those conditions, the VA has established metrics or measurements that they utilize to determine the severity, so that when they measure those, that will help them determine, is this rating at a 10%, 20%, 30%, or so on. So that examiner is trained on how to measure the severity. Like for orthopedics, mostly it's range of motion. Third is, as requested by the VA, they may actually make an opinion on the service connectivity of your actual claim. Very important, as we stated before, the purpose of this C&P exam is to provide the evaluation and an assessment and an opinion which they will send back to the VA. Rarely do they actually give their opinion of their results during the actual exam, because there's still records that they need to review before they make their final write-up. One note is, normally when you go into these, you're going solo. Your county VSO is not with you. Your designated representative is not with you. And a lot of times they will not allow a family member. Ultimately, it's up to the examiner if they will allow someone else actually in the room. So when you're going in solo. So let's actually start now about shaping. Phase one of the C&P process is to shape. This starts the day you submit your intent to file. It does not start the day you receive notification of a CMP exam. First point, the most critical part of you shaping the CMP examination is the evidence, the medical records, the documentation, your personal statement, the lay statement, your service treatment records that you provide to the VA that's available to that examiner to review before you actually have your exam. So the more robust, the more accurate, more detailed, more qualified evidence that you provides the examiner more in-depth information about your condition. Look at it on the contrary. If you go in and you had provided no information, so you're going in as a blank sheet as opposed to having prepared the examiner with all the medical records, all the evidence that you have put together prior. So this is the most important way that you can shape the exam, is providing credible, detailed evidence and medical documents. Second part, as mentioned, you will probably go in solo, and this is an examination. This is where you and the doctor will have a dialogue about your condition. So this is where you need to be prepared in knowing your actual claim, from the condition, the diagnosis, the service connectivity, and then also the impact. You need to be able to have this dialogue with the examiner to help him understand those portions of your claim, the diagnosis, the service connectivity, as well as the impact. Those are critical. So you need to be able to articulate that, especially since you are probably going in solo. So the third area of shaping this is actually shaping your own attitude. One is managing your expectations of what it is the CMP exam is and what it is not. Also, knowing that you're going to have an actual dialogue, you got to get in the right mindset that you're going to participate in a professional and respectful manner. It's not a debate, and that you are ready and that you're honest. And I can't emphasize that enough. It's not that you're being stoic. You need to be very upfront on your condition. It's not the time to tough it out and then to just play while injured. So you need to be in that mindset before you go into the actual exam. So in summary, the CMP exam is extremely critical. So you need to shape it as much as you can by providing the right documents, the right evidence, so the examiner has all the background information that is available. You need to be prepared to discuss your condition, your theory of how A caused B, and the actual impact that it's having on you on a daily basis, best day, and more importantly, your worst day. And then that you're ready, that you've got the mindset to participate in a professional, respectful manner and being as honest about your disabilities as possible. So in our next video, we'll cover the actual execution of the CMP exam. So if you have any additional questions, comments, please put them below. Or if there's any other videos that you would like me to cover, please do the same. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your service. Best of luck with your claim. Thank you.